All right, welcome back to Malik Cunningham Franchise here on Madden 24. I'm gonna try to have some more sounds from the actual game, like the players on the field and the crowd and stuff in this one. So last time I had it off for a while after it messed up when I recorded Akron Zips Dynasty, but I think it was just picking up sound from the Xbox 360, so it shouldn't be a problem here today. But we lost to the Texans last week, and I'm pretty sure we didn't even force a single punt in that game. So, with the trade deadline coming up in a couple of weeks, and several guys here with expiring contracts, I think we're going to look to make some trades. I want to hang on to Jamison Williams. Probably not going to try to re-sign him just yet. But I think Aiden Hutchinson, he was a big acquisition for this team, but he really hasn't done much since he's got here. Kyle Duggar, he's 30. In the game, he's going to regress. His overall is going to go down. So after this year, and then Christian Barmore, he really hasn't done much either. I don't know how much value we can get for him, but before we even start this week, we're going to try to get something figured out. Try to bolster this defense a little bit. So. See what kind of offers there are for Aiden Hutchinson. He's an 85 overall. He's got star dev. They're willing to give us a 22-year-old Jose Bradshaw and a fourth. He's got normal development. He's a 77 overall. Really terrible right guard and a third-round pick. They'll give us J.C. Jackson. The Lions will give us Donovan Peoples-Jones, a 4 and 6 and a 7. The Raiders are willing to give us Tyree Wilson, a 5th and a 6. And I really don't like any of these offers, so I'm just going to try to make my own trade here. I'd like to get another left end in exchange for Aiden Hutchinson. There's no way we could get Greg Rousseau. Like, he's got the highest development rate. He's only 26 years old, and he's got 3 years left on his deal. Montez Sweat. Probably wouldn't be able to get him either without throwing some picks in. Just looking for somebody a little bit comparable that we could maybe get and maybe try to get a pick as well. We could try to upgrade and get John Franklin Myers. It's going to be a big cap hit too, though, and they're also not interested in Aiden Hutchinson. Was hoping to see some younger created players in here that were good, but I'm not seeing any. There's Luke McAllister. He's a rookie, 21 years old with hidden dev. I'm going to throw a pick in here just so they don't accept this right away to kind of see just where it's at. Maybe a second round pick. Yeah, it's not even close. It's not close at all. They really want to hang on to this guy, so if I throw in a third, does that get us anywhere? No, they're not giving him up, that's for sure. He's probably going to be really good, so Marcus Lawrence is 34, so he'll probably he could end up retiring after this year. Already back up to the top here. I think maybe what we try to do is go after John Franklin Myers. I'm going to throw in a third-round pick and see where that gets us. That's actually pretty close. The other guy we were looking at maybe trading was Kyle Duggar. And, I mean, he's good, but his contract's expiring. I don't think I can get a second-round pick, too, but they're kind of interested in Kyle Duggar. Maybe if I throw in a third, and then we're trading up from a third to a second. It's actually kind of close. We can only throw in one more player. Their biggest needs are quarterback, middle linebacker. I'm going to take out Kyle Duggar and put in Jawan Bentley and see where that gets us. It's not much different. One of the other players I was really thinking about trading was Marvin Mims, so that gets it pretty close. We can throw in another pick, maybe. Throw in a third in 2029. And I don't have any fourth round picks. Can we do a fifth? That gets it pretty close. This is a fifth in 2027 and a fifth in 2028. Better than a third in 2029? Probably not. Maybe we should take out the third round pick and the second round pick and go with the third round pick, and we'll give him a fifth and we'll see how that goes. That's really close. Okay. We'll throw in a fifth and a sixth. Oh, that's close. I think we're just going to throw out the picks and try to just do it straight up with John Franklin Myers. That's going to go through. It's going to be Aiden Hutchinson, Kyle Duggar, and Marvin Mims for John Franklin Myers. And then I wanted to see if we could get any value out of Christian Barmore. Maybe try to get a D tackle. Of course, we have Langford here, who's we already know after he went up to a 75 overall, he's going to have superstar development. So, at least. Where is Christian Barmore? He's a left end, and he's our worst left end. So let's see if we get any offers. They'll give us Eddie Jackson, but I really don't know about that. They'll give us Sam Williams. Yeah, I mean, not. He really doesn't have a whole lot of value. They'll give us Eric Armstead, but I mean, I think maybe we just try to trade him for maybe like a third round pick or something. Who is doing bad right now? Cardinals aren't doing great. I don't think they'd give us a second round pick for him. Yeah, maybe a third and a fifth. Just trying to get a little extra out of it. He's gone. He's going to go to the Cardinals for a third round pick and a fifth round pick. So I think that's all we're going to do right now. Go in and adjust the lineup here so everything's correct. So with Marvin Mims gone, it looks like Abraham might get onto the field, and then Boone's going to be behind him. I mean, we also have the rookie Danny Carter, but he's really not good enough to get onto the field much. So Rashawn Ware is still hurt, so we're down a little bit on the offensive line. I'm going to move Langford up to the number 1 D tackle. And then I also want Langford to be our rush D tackle, but I'm going to have to go into the depth chart to fix that. He's not the best rush D tackle, but he's since he's a rookie, I want him to get onto the field a little more. Go through our game plan here. We're going to defend the medium pass against Justin Fields. And I guess we'll throw it deep, so we'll get into our little practice drill here and see if we can get gold and maybe get a development trade upgrade for Malik Cunningham. So he's been stuck on normal development so long. Part of that is just the fact that I just throw so many interceptions. He never gets a development trait scenario because he just doesn't play well enough. But with Marvin Mims gone, we're going to have some of the other receivers step up a little bit. But, I mean, he didn't really catch that many passes anyway. With Jamison Williams and Garrett Wilson on the team now, so we've got to get our defense better. I think John Franklin Myers is going to be a big part of that. So somehow that wasn't a touchdown. That was a drop, so we're probably not even going to get silver now, I don't think. Might be kind of hard to. As a catch. But since our multiplier is not really up, it doesn't really help that much. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty much impossible to even get silver now. So we're going to get bronze. We'll get a few points, I guess. Get 300 XP. Seems like this season we've either we're going to have a broken finger for our fullback, our backup fullback. I guess that's why you keep 2 fullbacks on the team. And doesn't look like there's any injuries on the defense in practice, so we will jump right into things as soon as we get our upgrades, and it's just going to be Danny Carter and one of our backup offensive linemen. So we'll just let the CPU handle that, and we will jump into things against the Bears here, hopefully. our defense can play better. CJ Stroud absolutely tore us apart, so last week. We didn't force a single punt in that game. And I mean, our offense didn't play the best, but if your defense can't get a stop, does it really matter? So gonna be playing in Chicago here. We're gonna get the ball to start the game. Abraham back to return as he always is. Gonna get us up to the 23-yard line. So I just turned up the volume a little bit on the capture card, so hopefully that works out for me. First throw is going to go to Abraham here. He's going to get about 2. I think we'll hand this off to Ramondre Stevenson here. Definitely want to get into the end zone with us getting the ball first. He's going to get 3. Brings us up to 3rd and medium here. It's a little more manageable. Oh yeah, they're going to look for Abraham or Good on this play. Good's gotten caught up on the block. Able to get it to Abraham. It's 4th and 2. I don't know if I want to go for this. And that's actually not a terrible defense to run the ball against. If we don't get it, they're going to be already in field goal range. So I'm going to go for it. We're going to take the chance. Stevenson going to get the first down. So a little aggressive here to start. Bring Edwards-Helaire onto the field now. He's going to take the ball for about 7. Guess he'll come out onto the field again. It is nice having 2 good running backs on the team. Just got us down to the 46. Hopefully Stevenson didn't get hurt or something. I'm wondering why Edwards-Helaire's on the field. He's usually not on the field quite this much. He didn't get hurt on that 4th down play. Then now he's back out here. So he's going to take the ball up the middle for about 3. Had 16 rushes for 93 yards last week, no touchdowns. I was thinking about going back to Ravens playbook. Get a few more plays in there where Malik Cunningham can run the ball. I also don't want him to get injured running the ball, so just gonna hold off on that now. We go no huddle here after the big first down. Hand it off to Ramondre Stevenson. He's got us down to the 5-yard line. We're looking to score here now. I think I'm actually gonna hand it off to the fullback, Randolph. Just gonna get us down to the 3. Gonna look to throw it out to Alex Good. That's a touchdown. Alex Good into the end zone. We're able to score first. Evan McPherson gonna tack on the extra point. So much different kicking extra points than is doing the kickoff with him. Here it goes a lot faster, but it's pretty much a touchback with him every time. So. Justin Fields, 10 touchdowns, 3 picks on this season. He's not having a bad season. They're going to hand it off here. Only get about one. That's Monroe. Matt Sharp on the tackle. And we'll go ahead and see who the Bears have. We'll meet the team here. They've got Justin Fields still. Delont Monroe is the running back. It's his second year in the league. And backup is Zonovan Knight. Conrad Scott, the rookie fullback. He's not real great. DJ Moore's still here. Got the rookie Jimmy Whitfield, Tyler Scott, Alec Pierce. Cole Kmet's still on the team. Braxton Jones. Oscar Gray is here. Mason Holland. Eric Curtis. It's a decent offensive line. Deo Ogdenbo at left end. I probably butchered his name. Jose Bradshaw. Nick Miller. Gervin Dexter's still here. Jack Sanborn. Tremaine Edmonds is here. He's up to a 91 overall. Markel Drayton, who's been here for a couple of years. Jalen Johnson's their best corner. They've got a rookie at Favors at their second corner. Tarek Stevenson. It's not really the worst secondary in the world, but it's not really the best either. Steinbach's here. Brisker is still at strong safety, and then Cameron Dicker is their kicker. Dicker the kicker. So it's not the worst team, but you know, they have a similar record to us, so it's not like they're the best team out there either as Fields picks up the first down. It should be a game we can definitely compete in. Langford getting a push, but Fields kind of rolling out there. Kmet going to break a tackle, but because he did, he lost 5 yards. It's a 5-yard loss by Cole Kmet. Going to get some pressure there, but Fields is able to get the ball away. That's going to be a first down. They're moving right down the field. Greenfield going to get off a block. Chasing Fields. He gets out of the pocket and picks up 5. It's going to be hard to contain Fields today. If he can get out and scramble, they're going to have a chance to win the game. So he's trying to scramble there, but he's sacked. What was that on the sack? Not sure who that was. The sack. I think it was one of the linebackers. Langford trying to get pressure, but he's sacked by John Franklin Myers. Only took 1 quarter for him to record his first sack with us, so. Of course, these mobile quarterbacks, sometimes they run right into the sacks. Looks like Bears are going to settle for a field goal here. It's a pretty long one. They got all the way back to the 42-yard line here, so. It's going to be no good. It's going to be wide left. So we're going to take over here with pretty good field position. Maybe we'll take a shot here if it gets open. Abraham down the seam. I'm just going to check this one down to Jamison Williams. Just going to get some yards after the catch, get down to 37. Of course, we don't have very far to go in the field here after that missed field goal. So. Going to get 5 more with Stevenson. Bring Edwards-Helaire back onto the field. He's going to get about 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. I think we'll look to throw here. Going to try to get it to our backup tight end, Brevin Jordan. He's going to make the catch and just get enough for the first down. Great catch in traffic there by Brevin Jordan. Come on. Going to throw this one out to Garrett Wilson. He's going to get about 4. I think that's when our offense is really the best, is when we can just pick up a few yards at a time. We're not trying to force it down the field. Malik Cunningham really doesn't have that good accuracy deep down the field, so it's much better with the short throws. And I think that's definitely what we need to try to stick with more. The problem usually is when we get too far behind and then we have to force it deep down the field. Already down to the 8-yard line here, so I'm going to try to check that one down to Edwards-Helaire, but it's knocked down. That was Malik Cunningham's first incompletion of the game, so he has been doing pretty well here. 3rd and 5 now. Gonna get it out for Abraham. That's a touchdown. His first touchdown in a long time, Tyreek Abraham. And I think I'm gonna go for 2 here. Try to make this a 15-point game. I'm gonna just throw it out to Stevenson, but it's a knockdown. The hit forced the ball out, so it's gonna be 13-0. I'm okay with that. I mean, just trying to make it a little harder on the Bears there by going for 2, but here we go. If our defense can keep playing well, we can extend this lead even more. So Monroe going to pick up 6 yards on that one. Of course, the Bears will get the ball to start the second half. That's going to be a first down. Fields is 5 for 5. DJ Moore with the catch. Langford getting through. Langford nearly making the sack, but it's going to be John Franklin Myers again. Langford forcing him right into John Franklin Myers. So both got pretty good pressure on that play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 24. It's going to be caught. They're going to get just a little bit of it back. 3rd and 16 though. Sacks have been the difference in this game so far. Drove them out of field goal range on the last drive. It's going to be another sack. It's going to be Quiddy Pay. Fields just holding on to the ball for too long, trying to make something happen. We're going to get the ball back here with just under 3 minutes left. And all of our timeouts to try to extend this lead just a little bit more. We'll have the ball at the 35. Ramondre Stevenson averaging 6.2 yards per carry. I was going to try to take a shot there to Jamison Williams, but we're sacked by... We got sacked there by Dexter. 2nd and 16 now. Throw that one out to Abraham. It's actually knocked out of his hands. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 16. Maybe try to get this ball to Garrett Wilson. That one's picked off. Maybe waited just a little too long to throw that one. Should have thrown it just a half second earlier. And maybe it wouldn't have been quite overthrown there. But we're getting another sack, Greenfield this time. And that should take us to the 2-minute warning. Just about drove him out of field goal range on that one. So we're going to blitz here. And that one's picked off by Matt Sharp. And there is almost nobody between him and the end zone. He's able to avoid a tackle there. That's going to be a pick 6 for Matt Sharp. Matt Sharp, our superstar safety. We're just going to tack on the extra point here, make it 20-0. Still a minute 55 left in the first half here. As that one's complete. And the Bears hurrying up to the line here. They're trying to do something before the end of the half. Trying to get on the board here. That's going to be complete. To the tight end. And they're already down to the 38-yard line after a couple of big plays. That one's going to be dropped. Would have been another big play there. We get a little bit lucky on that one. Fields throwing again here. Greenfield chasing after him, but another drop there. That one's going to be caught, though. Down at the 13-yard line. They don't have to hurry. They got plenty of time here. They're just going to let it run down. They've still got all their timeouts. They're actually going to go play action here. For that one short of the end zone. Now they're going to call timeout. 30 seconds here. They've got plenty of time to work with their timeouts. And that's going to be a touchdown. Bears get on the board. Cole Kmet. One of the few players that's been trouble for us today. They're going to add the extra point. We'll have 29 seconds to try to do something here with all our timeouts. I don't think we're going to be able to get into the end zone, but we might be able to get into field goal range. Probably should have just... I was going to say probably should have just taken the knee on the kickoff, but we do get out to the 32-yard line, so... I'm going to look to hit Alex good deep down the field. He's going to get open enough. There's a guy there, but not quite able to get there in time. We do get out of bounds, too. We're down to the 39. We might be able to try to get into the end zone here. Go play action crossers. This play usually does really well, so. Gonna get it to Garrett Wilson. We're gonna call timeout. We're already down to the 11-yard line. Definitely have a chance to get into the end zone now. I'm gonna take off up the middle with Malik Cunningham. We get down to the 6, 9 seconds left now. I'm going to throw it to Ramondre Stevenson. He's going to catch it. That's a touchdown. I may not be real good at this game, but I'm definitely good at the 2-minute drill, so. Tack on the extra point here. It's 27-7. 5 seconds, they're not going to have time to do anything. They might even just take a knee here, but real important to score there since they get the ball to start the second half. If they'd come down and scored to start the second half, they could have easily made it 14-20, so. I think we're going to skip halftime. There's nothing really worth watching about halftime. We'll throw it deep. And then we defended the medium pass in the first half. I think we'll keep going with that. Seemed to work well enough. They really didn't do a whole lot with the ball until that last drive they had. So got a 20-point lead here. Hopefully we can hold on to it.
Don't jump. Ready?
Not gonna get anything on the run there. Only ran the ball with Monroe 3 times now. Find a lot of the time the CPU really doesn't like to run the ball. That one's dropped. Only 4 incomplete passes for Fields today, but most of them have been drops. Which is lucky last week against the Texans, didn't have very many drops. That's a 3rd sack for John Franklin Myers. Was definitely the right decision to go out and get him, so he's been an impactful part of this game as the Bears punt the ball here. Definitely nice to win this one. Should get us, I think we're 2-3, so should get us back to 500. We can string a few wins together here. Definitely help our playoff chances. Pretty sure we're yet to make the playoffs in this series, so we really need to make the playoffs this year to feel good about the team that we've put together here. So I think Ramondre Stevenson actually dropped that one. I think we're going to go with a draw here on 3rd and 5. If we can get at least 3 or 4 yards here, I'll go for it. And we don't get anything, so 4th and 5. I think I'm just going to punt the ball. No reason to go for it and give them a short field. Ball gonna bounce into the end zone though, so not quite as good as it could have been. Gonna get it to Cole Kmet again. Fields has thrown the ball well today. It's just been the sacks have really hurt the Bears. So when he's able to get the passes off, he's been accurate. And they've had a few drops, but not too many. So I definitely want to keep getting pressure on them because we just punted the ball. If somehow our offense stops being effective, we're only up just a couple of scores. So it's not like we're up 40. I mean, the lead is not by any means safe. So 3rd and 7 now, though. We got another chance to get off the field here. So. Try to get Langford through, or maybe Jonathan Lamar is just going to get the pass off. That's complete. Got it to Whitfield there. And they're already down to the 30-yard line. Fields looking to throw here. That's complete, but only for 3 yards. It's Monroe again. They're going to hand it off here. Still, only 4 rushes for Monroe today. They really haven't even tried to run the ball. Fields going to get another completion there down to the 14-yard line. I feel like maybe they're just taking a little too long to try to score here. I think I want to run the ball more on my next drive, try to run some clock. That's going to be a touchdown. The Bears get into the end zone again. It's Alec Pierce. They're going to cut this to a 2-score game now. And that's where it kind of hurts that we decided to go for 2 earlier. If they can get back into this game, they can take the lead with 2 touchdowns. So. We're going to run it with Edwards-Helaire to start things here. Get about 3. Start to try to run some clock here as we get close to the end of the 3rd quarter here. Ramondre Stevenson just going to power through the tackle and pick up a couple. 3rd and 3. I think I'm going to run the ball again. Run behind our big offensive lineman and our tight end there and get the 1st down. As we've started to chip away at the time in the 3rd quarter here. Get 2 more with Edwards-Helaire. He's got 6 rushes for 31 yards. I think we're going to throw a little bubble screen here. Out to Tyreek Abraham. Don't really get anything on that. That's going to bring up 3rd and 9. I actually could just about run down the rest of the quarter, but I'm going to go ahead and snap the ball. Tried to get it out to Alex. Good, but we're going to get sacked. And it's going to be the end of the third quarter here, as we're going to have to punt the ball. Bears are going to get the ball here. And they're going to try to get back to work, get this to a one-possession game. So we haven't scored since the end of the first half. Bears kind of controlling the time of possession there in the third quarter. So they've run these little screen passes to the outside several times now. So they're going to audible the play here. Going to throw that little screen again, and that's a first down. They've had good blocking on those. So. Bears with a 2nd and 5 here. Fields going to try to scramble. He's actually going to pick up a yard. Third and 4 now. They're going to get a completion there and get another first down. John Franklin Myers going to bring him down again. That's 4 sacks for him today. We've sacked Fields 7 times now. This Fields gets another completion there and gets it to 3rd and 1. He was sacked on that last play, but he only lost, 2 yards from it. So. 3rd and 1 here now. I think they are just, taking too long to score here. I think by the time we get the ball back, we should be able to just about run out the rest of the clock. So 4 minutes to go here now. So they're just throwing it short, and we're content to let them do it. So under 4 minutes to go now. They're going to get that one to the running back. He's going to get down to the 13-yard line. They're going to say he got out of bounds. It's going to stop the clock. And double team Langford on that one. That's a completion. They're going to get 6 yards, but again, it's going to take time off the clock here. They're going to hurry to the line. Fields going to take off here. He's going to get hit and stood up at the 1. They go no huddle again. Under 3 minutes to go now. Fields going to throw that one. That's a touchdown. Whitfield again. I just think, you know, they took way too long to score there. We're gonna probably be able to take you know, the rest of the time off the clock if we can pick up just, you know, a couple of first downs. So Abraham gonna return this one, and he's gonna get a big return all the way out to the 39. So. Hand this all one off to Edwards-Helaire, and he's going to have a first down. They're not going to start calling timeouts until after the 2-minute warning here, so hand this one off to Ramondre Stevenson. He's going to get about 6. The running game's really helped us today quite a bit. Malik Cunningham was pretty good throwing the ball too. Did have the one interception, but under 2, right at 2 minutes to go now after the 2-minute warning here, so they're gonna look to start calling timeouts. That's gonna be a stop there, so I think maybe we throw a screen pass here to try to get the first down. We are pretty much into field goal range here. A field goal would also pretty much put the game away. 4th and inches. We can kick a 52-yard field goal, or we can go for it. And, you know, after that, we'd be able to run out the rest of the clock. I think we're going to go for it. Going to hand it off to the fullback. He's not going to get there. And the Bears are going to get the ball back with 1 timeout. Oh, no. It's a 6-point game. They can win here with a touchdown and an extra point. So they do have to get into the end zone. Time ticking now. They have 1 timeout left. Field's going to try to scramble again, and he's sacked. Quiddy Pay once again. They're going to hurry up to the line here. Field's scrambling again, and that one just barely gets it away. I think nowadays they'd call intentional grounding on that. Not in the game here. Gonna throw it deep. He's got a guy. That one's caught. Able to catch up to him and make the tackle. Doesn't get out of bounds. The blown coverage there. Down to 30 seconds now. Got to keep him out of the end zone. Still have 1 timeout. That one's going to go out of bounds. Field's thrown for 300 yards today. Gonna blitz here, a sack. I mean, they could call their timeout, but that one's caught. They're all the way down to the 3-yard line, and they're gonna use their last timeout here. Just about anything in the field of play here would probably end the game, as Field's gonna throw that one. That's caught for a touchdown. Jimmy Whitfield. And they can take the lead here with the extra point. And they do. We'll have 13 seconds and all of our timeouts to try to get into field goal range here. We're not going to run this kickoff back. I'm going to let it bounce through the end zone. And we're going to look once again like we did at the end of the first half to Alex Good. If he can pick up about 40 yards here or so on this play. He's got to step on the guy. He's going to make the catch and get us down to the 40-yard line here. Gets out of bounds. We don't even have to call the timeout. They want us to go ahead and kick about a 58-yard field goal here. I'd rather try to get us just a little bit closer. Good, going to make another catch. 2 seconds here gets us down to the 14-yard line. That's going to make this a 31-yard field goal. It's close, so we got the slow meter for superstar abilities. We're going to make the field goal and win the game. Bears came all the way back and took the lead, but left Malik Cunningham just a little too much time. 13 seconds was enough to get into field goal range, and we're going to win the game. Malik Cunningham 16 for 20 for 188. 3 touchdowns and interception. Only had a long of 35, but was able to get enough done. 56 yards rushing for Ramondre Stevenson. 47 for Edwards-Helaire. They did just enough. Alex Good had 92 yards. Tyreek Abraham had a touchdown. Garrett Wilson had a couple of catches. So did Ramondre Stevenson. Defensively, John Franklin Myers, 4 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 2 for Kwity Paye, 1.5 for Greenfield, half a sack for Carter. Langford did not have any sacks, but he got there with some of the pressure. Allowed some of the other guys to make some sacks. So Sharp had the interception, and then the field goal at the end to win the game. It was a hard-fought game, and they just left us a little too much time. 13 seconds was just enough to get down into field goal range. So we've got the Chiefs next week. Probably going to be a lot tougher game. I mean, they're still got Patrick Mahomes, so. And John Franklin Myers is going to win Player of the Week. But it's going to do it for this one. I will see you in the next one when we take on the Chiefs. Have a good day.